Hello, my name is Jill Egner. I work for the church here in Denver as an HR and systems administrator. Been married for 33 years and have two grown children. I'm inspired to share my story with you today. It's a story of suffering, hardship, and healing. It's a story of my God being the shelter in my storm, my Prince of Peace. In January 2012, I began experiencing dizziness, body weakness, and extreme fatigue. I thought my migraines and exhaustion were due to the stress I was under, so I just kept plugging away day after day after day. In September 2014, I oversaw registration for 2,000 participants at a singles conference in Denver. It was here that my illness took a turn for the very worst. For many months after, I felt beyond terrible, extremely weak and dizzy, and like my head was sick. I saw many doctors, but they couldn't figure out what was going on. I even passed a neurological test. I felt it was so hard just not knowing why I was so sick. I wondered if I would feel like this forever. One day, in my tears, I just cried to God, I don't feel like living anymore. And then in my despair, a merciful God heard me. And a few minutes later, I had this song in my mind. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Jesus was with me, and he was giving me hope. God knew how hard it was for me. He encouraged me to wait patiently, to be brave and courageous, and to know that he is good. One of the hardest things about my declining health was that I lost the ability to be the me that I liked. I no longer was the person who could know everything and serve the church and have people over for dinner, encourage others, even clean my house. I felt lost and confused about my own identity. I felt like nothing. In my trials, God had a purpose. God allowed me to come to this place of nothingness for a reason. He didn't want me to keep on living as the person who worked so hard to prove my worthiness to belong. He wanted me to be confident that I am loved and valued, even when I had no strength to perform. He wanted to help me let go of burdens that were not mine to bear, or to learn to stop pushing myself beyond my own strength. He taught me the value of self-compassion and self-care, and he gave me courage to face my deep-rooted fears of just being me. These lessons were very challenging for me. I wrestled with my thoughts and emotions. I cried, I grieved, all the while feeling fatigued and weak and sick. Our faithful God stood by my side and held my hand and promised to never leave me. He graciously reminded me that I matter to him and showed me that he is the guardian of my soul. As God continued working, I grew more confident in who he made me to be. Then, just at the right time, God provided an answer. 3.5 years later, after my symptoms began, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, which had caused significant swelling, putting pressure on my carotid artery and my frontal cortex. I felt relieved, finally knowing what was wrong, and it was scary too. Amazingly, God, in his awesome mercy and generosity, filled me with peace. On August 26, 2015, I slowly and weakly walked into the neurosurgeon's office, assisted by my daughter and my husband. He said, surgery is necessary, sooner than later. And the next day, I was checked into the hospital. While I underwent brain surgery, God carried me through. My tumor was completely removed and benign. In the 5 years since then, it has been a mixture of walking a long, hard, and painful road to recovery, mixed with experiencing miraculous victories. As I close, I honor those of you who suffer chronic illness of any kind. I know that it's harder for you to get up and get going than it is for most people. I honor you for showing up, for choosing to believe that God is still good while you face your discouragement, and for caring for others while every thought and awareness is filled with pain and fatigue. God has seen the trouble and cares about the anguish of your soul. Whatever challenges you are facing, I hope you feel inspired to experience God as your shelter in the storm and your Prince of Peace. He wants to help you be victorious, and He's reaching out to you right now with mercy and kindness. Thank you.
Watching this episode of We Are the Denver Church of Christ. If you'd like to see more inspiring videos like this or other messages that will move your heart, please hit subscribe to our YouTube channel and you can see more of our videos and messages. We'd like for you to get to know us more. The best way to do that is to check out our website, denverchurchofchrist.org. You can find that information in the link below in our description. Finally, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below or go to our website and fill out the contact form. We look forward to interacting with you and get to know you more as you get to know us more. Have a great day.